Today, FDA approval sought for an agent in multiple myeloma, impressive phase 3 findings in non-small cell lung cancer, a change in the U.S. Preventative Task Force recommendations for PSA screening, and highlights from the 2017 AACR Annual Meeting. Welcome to OncLive News Network. I'm Dr. Patrick Borgen, Chairman of the Department of Surgery at Maimonides Medical Center in Brooklyn, New York. A supplemental biologics license application has been submitted to the FDA for the use of denosumab for the prevention of skeletal-related events in patients with multiple myeloma. The application is based on findings from the phase 3 482 study, in which the rank ligand inhibitor demonstrated non-inferiority to zoledronic acid at delaying the time to first skeletal-related events, or SREs. The median time to first on-study SRE was similar between the two treatments, at approximately 23 months with denosumab versus nearly 24 months with the bisphosphonate zoledronic acid. The median progression-free survival was 10.7 months higher in the denosumab arm. There was also a non-statistically significant trend in overall survival favoring denosumab. The monoclonal antibody denosumab was initially approved by the FDA in 2010 based on a direct comparison with zoledronic acid for patients with prostate cancer, breast cancer, and other solid tumors. In non-small cell lung cancer, the ALK inhibitor alectinib was found to reduce the risk of disease progression or death versus crizotinib in patients with ALK-positive disease. The decision was based on the phase 3 ALEX trial. The much-anticipated ALEX findings are the confirmatory data for the December 2015 FDA accelerated approval of alectinib as a treatment for patients with metastatic, ALK-positive non-small cell lung cancer following progression on crizotinib. This is now the second phase 3 trial in which alectinib has been superior to crizotinib in frontline ALK-positive non-small cell lung cancer. In the Japanese open-label phase 3 J-ALEX trial, alectinib improved progression-free survival by 66% compared with crizotinib. Alectinib previously received an FDA breakthrough therapy designation as frontline treatment for patients with ALK-positive non-small cell lung cancer. Genentech, the developer of the second-generation ALK inhibitor alectinib, plans to present the ALEX results at an upcoming medical meeting, as well as submit the data to the FDA and other global regulatory agencies. The United States Preventative Services Task Force has changed its stance on prostate cancer screening in a new draft statement released on this topic. The new recommendation changes the grade for PSA screening from a D to a C, and now states the potential benefits and harms of PSA-based screenings are closely balanced in men aged 55 to 69 years of age. Because of this, the task force now says practitioners should have an individualized approach on PSA screening with their patients. The task force will consider all public comments from April 11th to May 8th before the organization develops its final recommendations. The AACR Annual Meeting took place in Washington, D.C. last week with some very exciting data demonstrated with checkpoint inhibitors across a variety of solid tumors. First, the PD-1 and CTLA-4 inhibitor combination of nivolumab and ipilimumab was associated with a 12% reduction in the risk of death versus nivolumab monotherapy in patients with treatment-naive advanced stage melanoma. In the phase 3 Checkmate 067 trial, the results showed that the median overall survival was not reached in the nivolumab and ipilimumab arm or for patients who received nivolumab alone. And there was a 20 months for those who were treated with ipilimumab. The combination showed a 2-year survival rate of 64%. Additionally, the 2-year survival rates for nivolumab and ipilimumab alone were 59% and 45% respectively. This is the first phase 3 clinical trial to evaluate survival with the combination of PD-1 and CTLA-4 therapies. Also during the meeting, phase 2 results demonstrated that the IDO inhibitor indoximab added to pembrolizumab led to an overall response rate of 52% in patients with advanced melanoma. This overall response rate increased to 59% when excluding patients with ocular melanoma. The open-label, non-randomized, single-arm phase 2 NLG 2103 trial evaluated the addition of indoximab to physicians' choice of drug for FDA-approved checkpoint inhibitors for melanoma. This included ipilimumab, nivolumab, or pembrolizumab. Accrued patients had unresectable stage 3 or stage 4 melanoma, had not received systemic treatment for at least 28 days, and had an ECOG performance status of 2 or lower. Serious AEs potentially related to indoximab included grade 3 arthritis, gastritis, and hearing impairments, as well as grade 2 interstitial nephritis. 3 patients discontinued treatment due to serious adverse events. Finally, long-term survival in patients with metastatic non-small cell lung cancer who received the PD-1 inhibitor nivolumab has proven to be much higher than expected, with 16% of these patients surviving after 5 years. This is equivalent to about 4 times what would be expected with conventional chemotherapy. Long-term survival remains an important area of further investigation, as the analysis did not find predictive markers to identify long-term survivors. All of the 16 long-term survivors had diverse baseline characteristics. The study is the first to report long-term survival rates in patients with metastatic non-small cell lung cancer treated with an immune checkpoint inhibitor. That's all for today. Thank you for watching OncLive News Network. I'm Patrick Borgen.